On the 20th of February 2024, Jim Ratcliffe's company INEOS acquired a one-third stake in Manchester United for just over £1 billion. Back then, it felt like the dark clouds over Old Trafford were cleared, and a new era of success was coming. There hadn't been such positivity in the MU offices since 2008, when Sir Alex Ferguson delivered a speech before the Champions League final against Chelsea. But everything has only gotten worse. INEOS has implemented an unprecedented policy of job cuts at the club, dismissed Sir Alex from his position as global ambassador, and the results continue to decline. Manchester United is in a total crisis: financial, staffing, and most importantly, cultural. INEOS is destroying Manchester United, and it's happening right now. Buckle up, because we're just getting started. For the second time since INEOS took over, the club's management has decided to make mass layoffs. On the official website, they called it the transformation plan. This time, between 150 and 200 employees were laid off. The first wave sent 250 employees home, allowing the club to save £35 million. This time, the amount is equally impressive. When Ratcliffe joined the club, the Red Devils had the highest number of club staff among all Premier League clubs, 1,140. Liverpool was in second place with 1,108 staff members. The new management's goal is to optimize this number to 696. One of the most shocking changes for Manchester United employees, aside from the layoffs, was the cancellation of free lunches, replaced with fruit baskets to save over £1 million a year. This decision sparked backlash, especially considering the club spent around £20 million on the dismissals of Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth. Not to mention the appointment of Amorim, which cost tens of millions more, and now his name is already being linked to a possible dismissal. Another expensive decision. The next coach could be Xavi. In the end, employees are paying the price for management's poor decisions, which keep leading to costly mistakes. Yet the aggressive cost-cutting shows no signs of stopping. One of Ratcliffe's first moves was another cancellation, one he saw as the most unjustifiable. He scrapped corporate credit cards, shocking employees who now have to cover business expenses out of pocket and wait up to a month for reimbursement. Even CEO Omar Barada isn't exempt. His spending limit is capped at just £25,000. The bookmaker Paddy Power mocked Ratcliffe's cost-cutting in an ad, highlighting United's austerity measures. But for the club's employees, it doesn't feel like much of a joke. Just take a look at this beauty.
Scarves. Each year, we shave off 10 centimetres from the scarf. Tourists are still buying. Neck's not that big anyway.
Ratcliffe believes cutting costs was necessary to improve efficiency, as the club is still feeling the impact of failed transfers, especially the disastrous summer of 2022, when £155 million was spent on Antony and Casemiro. What an epic summer that was! After Sir Jim Ratcliffe took over the club, a zero-based budgeting policy was introduced, requiring thorough checks of expenses. Recently, excessive office supply purchases were cut, with many considered non-essential. This situation with tape returns even went viral and became a meme. Employees have also noticed smaller food portions and fewer dish options. The club is pushing for a paperless environment, even cancelling the Steward of the Week bonus. The top worker used to receive an extra £50, but now it's just a certificate. A culture of fear currently prevails in the club. Every worker fears they could be laid off at any moment. The morale of the staff is low. They are frustrated and scared due to INEOS's poor decisions. But the worst thing that has happened to the club is the loss of the Manchester United spirit, that factor that made this club unique. Despite its immense global popularity, United has always remained a big family, which became evident during recent farewells to club legends, Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, and others. However, both former and current employees now speak of the gradual loss of the club's heart and soul. Ratcliffe is trying to change the culture of lifetime jobs and has cancelled the 30-year service bonus. One employee who was nearing this bonus ended up being laid off and lost a significant portion of their payment. Some staff members who traveled with the club on pre-season tours were confident in their job security but received notices of potential layoffs just days later and were forced to return home. An even more shocking story involves season ticket holder Kat Phipps. Her death at 85 on the 5th of December was a heavy blow for the club staff. She had worked at Manchester United since September 1968 as a switchboard operator and was beloved by many, bridging generations. Her passing was yet another painful break from the club's past. The nurses caring for Kat noted that she had many daily visitors, including Alex Ferguson, David Beckham, and Johnny Evans. Friends from the club, including laid-off employees, organized shifts via WhatsApp so she would never be alone. So it was shocking that just 2 days after her death, the club contacted Kat's official guardian to inquire about her season tickets. United assures that this was a misunderstanding and that there was no intention to revoke the tickets. Absolutely shocking behavior from the club. But equally shocking is the fact that INEOS really doesn't like discussions about the greatness of Manchester United and specifically Sir Alex Ferguson, whom the new bosses somehow associate with current failures. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his INEOS team are tired of discussions about Manchester United's past and its recent difficulties. Some club representatives believe that the problems are connected to legendary coach Sir Alex Ferguson, who remained a club ambassador after retiring in 2013. Ratcliffe and INEOS sporting director Sir Dave Brailsford want nothing to do with the past and believe that past achievements hindered the Red Devils from reclaiming former glory. Influential figures at Old Trafford even believe that Ferguson is to blame for the club's decline over the past 12 years. Ferguson won 13 Premier League titles and 2 Champions League trophies during his 27-year reign, but management believes that his presence has hindered the implementation of new approaches in training and scouting. Ferguson's multi-million-pound contract was terminated by the new management, which is trying to cut costs due to high losses, shared journalist Kostas Lianos. This is yet another example of the club's mismanagement and its ongoing destruction. Now let's explore the reasons behind this wild behavior from the new owners. It seems that the financial power of the Mancunians is also a thing of the past. The financial report confirms this. INEOS revenues fell by 12%, from £225.8 million to £198.7 million, while broadcasting revenues plummeted by 42%. Operating profit dropped by 88.7%, from £27.5 million to £3.1 million. The only good news, commercial revenue increased by 18.5%, from £71.8 million to £85.1 million. The club spent £14.5 million in compensation for Erik ten Hag and his staff, and debt rose from £506.6 million to £515.7 million. Despite Jim Ratcliffe's investment of £238.5 million. Manchester United also owes other clubs £414 million for transfers, of which £154 million must be repaid by 2025. Interest payments on loans increased from £32 million to £37 million. We're looking at the English Barcelona, but right now it seems that even the Catalans are doing a bit better. But that's not all. Manchester United's financial problems could get even worse. The club's cash reserves are rapidly dwindling. Manchester United had £308 million in the bank, and today it has only £95 million, with a decline of £54 million just in 2024. The cash shortage prevented the club from strengthening the squad in the winter, investing only £26.7 million in Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven. Staff cuts are not the only solution. Ratcliffe will also raise ticket prices to £66. This seems like preparation for a season without European Cups. Fans should not pay for a problem caused by our devastating debt payments, said Manchester United supporters trust. Fans are unhappy and Ratcliffe's rating is dropping. Finance expert Kieran Maguire believes that the only way for MU to survive is to win the Europa League to return to the Champions League. Without this, the situation will only worsen. But can the current team win a second-tier European tournament? It's not guaranteed they will even get past Real Sociedad in the round of 16. Moreover, it said, CEO Omar Barada has launched Project 150, aiming for the club to win the championship by 2028 on Manchester United's 150th anniversary. But does anyone really believe in that right now? Ratcliffe also has plans to build a new 100,000-seat stadium for £2 billion. But for now, this plan seems utopian, as the club starts to drown in debt. Manchester United fans who warmly welcomed the arrival of INEOS and Jim Ratcliffe now consider the billionaire no better than the Glazer family. "Jim, you're just as much of a jerk as the Glazers," they shouted before the match against Fulham. The lack of results on the pitch has created an institutional crisis as INEOS struggles to cope with the financial burden it imposes on itself. Perhaps it's time to consider exiting the club. Right now, among Manchester United fans, the Qatari billionaire Sheikh Hassim bin Hamad Al Thani is very popular, who was ready to pay off all the club's debts and offer the Glazers family €5 billion. One can be sure that right now the fans of the Red Devils would be praying for such a deal. The culture of fear that currently prevails at Manchester United is not conducive to development. Everyone agrees that the club and team need a new positive dynamic. Otherwise, you risk becoming a mid-table team in the Premier League in the coming seasons, and even being relegated to the Championship. And you fans, like this video if you found it interesting, share your thoughts on INEOS, and subscribe to our channel. The Island is the channel where you will learn a little more about English football. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!